Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. How are you today? Actually, it's the wrong background, but hold on one second. I want to. This is weekend conversation, so you'll see the thumbnail up there. Okay, give me 1 minute. We're doing both of them. So, how are you all today? It is so wonderful to be with y'all again. Y'all, we got a lot to talk about. We got Nick Cannon who lost his son at the age of 5 months. His son has passed away at the age of 5 months. I'm going to play the Instagram clip. Yes, I would like for everybody to pray for him and his family. And it was very sad, and he still came to work. He has his TV show. So I thought this was a very sad situation. Um, Something was going on. The baby had a tumor, and they drained it. Okay, he said the baby head was big, just like the rest of him had. He had a neck can his head. I mean, he said it as a joke, but all kids take something from their parents. You know what I'm saying? So, make a long story short, that was what was going on. Also, we're going to be discussing love, marriage in Huntsville. Love, marriage, and Huntsville. Yes. But what I'm going to do is pull up my screen right quick because I really want to share this with you guys. Mm.
To talk about. I actually haven't even shared this with anybody, really. I mean, not even, the crew. I came in, today is kind of quiet, and just because there's, so much going on in the world, and I had a tough, very tough weekend. But it's like, before I even get into why, I always, we go to the pick of the day, and I gotta show. This is the pick of the day. My youngest son, Zen Scott Cannon, right there. Um, So, probably before the show started in the summertime, Zen was born in June 23rd, actually. And, it was a great day. As y'all know, I got a lot of kids. And Zen's my youngest. And it was so exciting. And I did the introducing Zen photo. And so during the summer it was really exciting. But I always noticed, like, yeah, as he got a little, 1 month was great. By the time he got 2 months, he was just like the most loving. We called him Z chilling. He was just always smiling, always having just the most beautiful spirit. But I always noticed he had like a little, like, to me it felt like a sinus thing. It was like a cough. And I just wanted to check it out. Sometimes early on we thought, because babies get fluid in their lungs, so we thought, he'll cough it out, and that's what they would say. But he always had this real interesting breathing. And then, like, by the time he was 2 months old, I noticed, like, he's just the cutest little boy. Had these like big eyes. I also noticed, like, he had like a nice sized head. He had like I call it a cannon head. Like all my kids got really nice round heads. Like rock, roll, golden. Everybody had, like, even me, I had like a real, like, Cabbage Patch Kid type of head. So we didn't think anything about it. He had a normal cannon head. But I really wanted to, take him to the doctor to get the breathing and the sinus things checked out. So we thought it would be, a routine process, and we went in just to check his sinuses, and they actually said his sinuses were pretty cool. But then by the time we found out that he had another condition, and I think it was called, if I'm not mistaken, but it was like where it was fluid that was building up in his head, and that was the cause of his head was starting to get big. And when we found out it was more of a, they called it like a malignant tumor in his head. And so immediately we had to have surgery, brain surgery. We put a shunt in his head, and we were hoping for the best. And, the shunt would go down, it's like a tube that would go inside and drain all of the fluid out, so his head would be normal, and he would be able to function. But then the doctors were concerned, and when I say, I have to thank all of the doctors at the Children's Hospital of Orange County, Chalk out there. They were beautiful nurses, the people, Trinity, the hospice care, all of those people. They've been so, and they were really educating and kind of letting us know everything that was going on. So we were faithful and hopeful for that time, and then it carried on. He was still just playing with all his brothers and sisters. I get an opportunity. I embraced every moment because of something like that. That was even them, like, with all the other kids, and like I just got an opportunity to try to spend as much time. And I really want to say I'm so grateful to my entire family for coming together during this time and being so loving and not judgmental of me or any of those things. And I really have to say, Zen's mom, Alyssa was just like the strongest woman I've ever seen, because she never had an argument, never was angry, was emotional when she needed to be, but was always the best mom, and continues to be the best mom possible. So I gotta say thank you to my entire family, but specifically to Alyssa. And
Yeah, so there you have it. We was talking about Nick Cannon, the death of his son at the age of 5 months. Me and my big head trying to keep this a certain type of way. Yeah, so he lost his son at the age of 5 months due to a brain tumor. And so I would like for everybody to send prayers out to him. Now, what I want to get into is Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3, um episode 20. This is the reunion, part 1. So this is why I scheduled this live as weekends conversations, because these are things that happen over the weekend and I'm just getting around to it. Okay, but yes, you might have seen other posts, and I just didn't want to add it just for it to be Love and Marriage Huntsville um review. But that's what this is. But it was other things, something else to talk about than just Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I didn't want to just label the thumbnail as that. Okay, so Carlos King, I mean, he looks great. And when I say he looked good, Carlos looked good. So Carlo lets everyone know that he was the host. And yes, it's been 2 years since they have seen him. Oh Lord. So they talk about Tisha. Listen, it's been going around. Everybody, we talking about Tisha's her hairstylist. Okay. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I know I just got my hair with my wig on twisted up. I ain't on no real live show, so it really don't matter. My stuff look better than that. Now Keisha had some nice hairstyles on the show. She was getting her hair plaited. You saw that before the reunion action started. And I liked the dress. It was more of an orange sequence. And her and Kimmy had similar colors on. Similar. One was just louder than the other. I wish they would have had some type of coordination of the women wearing a certain color, just like they do on the reunions, other reunions. Okay. they all color coordinate. All right. Um, so to me the dress was nice. But what was up with this hump at the back of her head? I mean, she had on a wig going straight to the back, but it had a hump in it. So I don't know, girl. They made you look like a hot. I ain't even gonna say it. That was not a very. I mean, her outfit was banging. I like the outfit. What I wear it, I don't know. I don't know. But her hairstyle for this show, I think should have been laid down. I don't know what was up with the hump or if she even know that hump was up there. You know, it was I'm not gonna say what it was given, but I did like Kimmy's hair, and of course Melody always kills it. She kills it. Um, if you look at her Instagram, her dress was tailor made. You know, it was tailor made. They showed her with the the bottom of it. It was tailor made. Okay, so if you looked at it, it was in white. So that white goes in the middle, and then the it's like an inside skirt. I can so the white part it's like the inside of it, and then she had the black. So then the black would be on one side, and then the other black be on the other side. So it's just like cutting a pattern out and tacking it together before you put the pieces all in one. Okay, so but yes, Martell looked nice. But I was giving him and Carlos almost with the same outfit, and of course it was too tight. And Carlos said, "Don't split your pants now," you know. So I thought that was very very nice. I really did. Also, Melody, like I said, she killed it. The guys, they both look nice. So let's get into the show. Carlos said he know where the bodies were, where they was buried, meaning he knew everything about this cast from inside, outside, the dirty stuff that ain't been filmed, and anything at that. He knew what was going on with with this particular crew. So like Love in Huntsville is a very nice show. When this show started out, it was supposed to be it was pitched as a home, like they buy the homes and they remodel them and they flip them and sell it. So it wasn't that type of show this time. It didn't turn out to be that way. And they made fun of it because they what they said was that Masu called production and asked production about the title of Love and Marriage. Now we talking about when the show first started in season 1. Now he say he good with construction, but he don't know about that love and marriage part. And when he said that, I believed him. I believed him because the way he blows his wife off and the way, you know, he's gotten better over the seasons. He's gotten a lot of feedback over the seasons. He wanted his wife to be, it just looked like everything was like, she was like scared to talk. Like you right there in front of the cameras and you're like stage fright. You understand what I'm saying? Or like she didn't want to be something to be put out. They're not supposed to be put out. You know, so they know they're on time and they know they're off time. They know what time they're supposed to be on air and when they're not supposed to be on air. So we don't get to see the whole thing, and they see it basically when we see it also. and then they put it out. So there'll be scenes later on that they'll show that we haven't seen at all. Okay, so the question came up. Carlos asked Melody and Martell, is there any regrets of signing up on with the show? And Melody's response was absolutely not. But however, Martell said he did because he sacrificed a lot for he sacrificed a lot for Melody. She wanted to be on television, and he wanted her dreams to come true. But I feel like Martell has his ego gets the best of him. You understand what I'm saying? His ego gets the best of him. Instead of just answering the question, he had to fiddle around it and make it about himself. You know, that is how I feel, and that is my opinion. Okay. So Melody said he did want he didn't want a spouse for the purpose just to do that. You know, he said he did show up for only for Melody, meaning he only did this show just for Melody. You know, he feel like, you know, he lost his family because of this show. You know, because when this show first started out, Carlos told him, I will hold your hand through the way, because this is when Melody and they had gone through the infidelity, and they separated. She had got her own place, she had got an apartment, he was still wherever it is where he was. So you know, we're going to get back into that part at that part gonna come back into my commentary. So Martell told Melody, you know, during this time, you know, to stop reading the comments, because she was talking. She was talking about him every day. She was reading into the comments and she was talking about it. So the blame, yes, he blamed the show for breaking up the family because Melody wouldn't stop reading the comments. But if you think, like I said, okay, when you go back to it, to season one, she said, I'm not going to do the show because Martell's been unfaithful. And he promised to hold her hand through all of it. And when they even got to a point on the show, okay, they're going to make up and they're going to do better. You get what I'm saying? They work things out. And we saw that on the show. But we didn't know anything about at that time about the infidelity. This is why Melody was throwing clothes all around and talking to him the way that she was talking to him through season one. Okay, but then they get back together and she finds out she's pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? So the pandemic had hit, and during this pandemic, Martell going in and out the house, in and out. The world is shut down. You talking about you going to the gym, the baby born in December. Everything is shut down. The pandemic, there's nothing open. Nothing but the stores, the hospitals, things like that. So he admitted, yes, he was putting his eggplant in somebody else. So the question came up, did Melody cheat on him? Was somebody else, was she licking somebody else's eggplant or not? You understand what I'm saying? And she said she don't remember. But honey child, whether you had a drink or whatever, you have a right to do whatever it is you do. You separated. I feel like if you're separated, you can do what you want to do. Because at this time, our relationship is over. Our relationship is over. So I don't know the timeline of them getting back together, but when the show started, they were back together. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how that go. Welcome anybody who's in the live. I welcome you. You may join the conversation if you will. If you want to come up and talk about it, I have pinned the link up if you want to come up and talk about. It's really open discussion. So anyhow, it was just a hot mess. It was just a hot mess. And Martell don't like to take ownership of what he's done. So she said she couldn't remember it, but she could remember of her kitty cat getting done. Okay. But she could remember that. And Carlos was like, you don't remember whether or not, he was keeping real. You don't remember not if you was landed on another eggplant. And Martell said he had it on recording. So she said, I don't know what I did, but I do remember it was given to me. Okay. So, then this stuff come up. Carlos said Marsu, yeah, I told you he had contacted the production company. But anyway, Carlos asked Maurice, how did he feel when people say that he went to a positive to a negative just for argument. It shows that all of them have success. It also shows when people say you come from sugar to ish, they are not, hold on y'all, I'm trying to get these stuff together. They're not, it's not a full picture. So in other words, we only see half of it, but whatever they're working on in the beginning of this, when they're filming, you see success when it end. When we look at it, we see drama, but we also see them start on a project, and before that season is up, somewhere down the line, success has happened. Tisha has her master's. The construction is going well. Melody change, out with the old, in with the new. You understand? On this show, Maurice became a lawyer. So those are the good things about the show. Those are the good things. So everything is not negative. You know, I think we as women are more so on, I think our favorite couples are Maurice and Kimmy. And Timmy and Lewis has grown on me myself. Tiffany, yes, I wasn't feeling her in the beginning of the season because of her mouth. And sometimes when a person start out on the show, they overdo it. They overstep their boundaries. You understand what I'm saying? They think they know, but they don't know. But what they need to do is, she should have went through before she came on, was to go back and watch season 1 to season 2 before she came on season 3 to learn these personalities. Then you would have knew about the show. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. And next week I believe that couple will be on. I'm not sure. It's a 3-part series. So next Saturday part will be part 3. Okay. So he said what sticks with me is when Marsu said, if it come out, anything that comes out of Martell's mouth, don't believe it. That's because Carlos brought up Kimmy being Maurice's side chick, and Kimmy wasn't having it. So this side chick stuff, it's time for it to stop. They've been going through this side chick back and forward ever since season 1. See, I had just got into the season last year in season 2. So I went all the way back to season 1 to learn the show. That's why I said that's what Tiffany should have do. Same thing with the Housewives. If I don't know the characters, I go to the season before, and you can pull up well, I can, you can pull up the prior season. If just in case, if you have Peacock, you can get they have regular Peacock, then they got Peacock Premium. Their Peacock Premium, you can see all the back shows for free. Okay, so that's the extra thing if you got Peacock. All right, so Kimmy said she didn't find out and didn't find anything to be funny when anybody said her anything about her being a side chick. Marrige said like I said, he filed for his divorce and he was dating Kimmy. Didn't start dating Kimmy until his paperwork was done. Maurice also said he was dating a lot of women, and it didn't stop until he did meet Kimmy. His Tisha said he was gone wild, but in so many words, Kimmy called him. He liked what Kimmy had to offer, and they became a couple. No, they brought up something about this toothbrush. If you don't use the toothbrush behind nobody else, okay. So anyway, because I don't know what the riddle is to that. You don't know what that person been doing and it's going in your mouth. I guess that's what it means. But that was within Carlos and understanding even. So anyway, Kimmy and Kaya are working on their relationship. She called to let Kaya know that this question may come up again on this reunion about their timeline, and she didn't want any mixed feelings because they're building up on their relationship. And I I wish they bring up the scene where Kaya and not Martell, Kaya and Kimmy sat down and had a talk about Monster, and Maurice had a meeting he had to go to and left her there to have this conversation because he couldn't wait any longer. Okay, I hope they bring that up because that shows growth, and it shows Kimmy putting her foot, not really, yes, putting her foot down and being the bigger person. Kimmy makes a point to put herself in the video calls. If you don't add me, I'm going to put myself in it because this is a family thing. He's not there with you. He here with us. And I raised my kids in a blended family, so I do know how that goes. So it can work if the parents work together. And this week when you're at the house, if it's a every other weekend thing with the kids, if the mother ain't talking about the other wife or the girlfriend, the new one, the stepmom or whatever, and vice versa, she not talking bad about the mother, at least in front of the children, things can work. And that's how I feel about that. you know but they showed their relationship timeline, and Marvy said, I got U-Haul receipts when I moved from wherever he was, and he moved to back to Huntsville. He went to stay with his brother and his sister-in-law. Okay, so Marvy said he is not a cheater. All right. So Melody said the best thing was with Martell was seeing their child was born. So basically, that's what happened. Y'all, it look like my battery getting ready to die, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. I just got a thing on here. So Kimmy said she didn't find anything funny when anybody said anything about Maurice, about her filing for divorce. You know, it's this big old argument with Melody. Martell has this big old problem with what is not Martell has a problem with Martell having thinking that he had drinks with Melody, and he didn't. So that was a big problem. And then when they got into that big old argument because Mel's mother had called, so things was like all around his silence. You know, you could have like dropped a pen and heard his silence when it came to answers. You understand what I'm saying? I think next week's is going to be a real good show, and a lot of things are going to come out. You know, like I said, Miss Vanessa called Masu to talk to Martell, because they were having a big argument. And when Melody found out about the baby mother, Melody left the house, and Masu called Melody to calm her down. Masu had calmed Melody down. You understand what I'm saying? And they did not have drinks, and Martell made it look like that Melody was cheating on him with Masu. Now Tisha want to know, y'all had drinks? Oh, I didn't know that. In so many words, and that's not what happened. But anyway, that's just how that go. Their timeline, you have to go back and watch it. Their timeline from the breaking up 2017, getting back later on in 2018 is when she met this dude. Whether I don't know if they got back together, but she left. She moved out in 2017 of December, and she was with this other guy for 4 weeks in January 2018. It is what it is. You separate. You meet somebody. I don't know, but I do think that was pretty soon to whatever. And then sometimes if you're hurting, you do things for certain reasons. Things happen. So I'm not going to say there's no right and there's no wrong, because one thing, we are all humans. And it's like when you've been with somebody so long, sometimes y'all just outgrow a person. You just outgrow them. That's another reason why when the kids get grown, sometimes 15, 14, people separate because you outgrow each other. You just like high school sweethearts. You together from 14 all the way through college up into your 20s and your early 20s. guess what? You're going to break up. There's going to be a divorce. You know why? Because you haven't dated anybody else. You know, 9 out of 10, that's what's going to happen. But to make a long story short, I think to see this episode was a very good episode. Um, Carlos King is the one to um to ask these questions, child. Yes, he is. He is the one to ask these questions. The reason why he's been with this team, he put this team together, he put this cast together. So he knows the ins, he knows the out. The questions not coming from the fans. He knows what he's doing. So y'all, that was reunion number one. Tell me what you think. If you like it, when you come in the room, please hit that like button and share this video if you like. I am the real lovely C, back with another video. Y'all have a good day, a very good morning. Goodbye. Oh, I forgot. And subscribe, y'all. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. You know I like my purple hearts. Put your purple hearts in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And guess what, y'all? I'll catch y'all on the next video. Goodbye.